Hello, 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 hello. I don't know which one is picking up. I hope one of them is. I don't see the green dot moving. Hello, hello. Can you guys hear me? I don't know. Hmm. It made a sound when. Oh, okay. It's moving. I saw it move. Hi. Hi. Welcome to the live stream. I started a little early. Um, I was just cleaning up some things and thought, well, I might as well just turn it on instead of waiting for the live to start. I figured, well, screw it. I'll just start it. It's my live. So, hey, welcome. Welcome to live with me. I'm Stacy. Bricks and Kitties is the channel here. Um, but yeah, I pulled an 11-hour day today, but I thought, let's go live anyway. I have some things, some things to show you. Especially, can we talk about the sweatshirt? Um, how many of you out there are from the 80s and remember Forenza? I've had this sweatshirt. You see the back of it? It's the Fishing Guide to Italy. It is amazing. I mean, I'm 55 and I've had this sweatshirt. I had senior pictures taken with it. So I know I had it in 11th grade and I know I had it in 10th grade. I'm just not sure if I had it in ninth grade. So it's 1986. So that makes it 40 years old. Wow. That's not bad for a white sweatshirt. It's gotten a little stretched out over the years, as you can see, because it was smaller back then. But that's all right. Got a little stainage there. But anyway, I wanted to show it off. I just love it. Oh, hey, we have a visitor who's in the chat. Hello. I love your name, Duck Nugget. That's awesome, Duck Nugget. Oops, trip on the camera. Well, I'm glad you're here. Thanks for joining. So as you can see, the table has all kinds of things going on right now. This side is just what lives here now. My piles of minifigs and things. But what we have on tap for tonight is talking about the minifig tower, is what I've been calling it. It is my mock of, oh gosh, can I remember it? 41796, I think might be the set number. It's called the Friends Community Center. And it's not copied exactly. The layout is. But so, most of the viewers, if you've been here, you've seen it. I don't know how many of you have seen, I finally got a light blue color and I got that layer in, and I've been working on a top for it. I'm not sure if it's finished yet, but regardless of whether I want to add another floor or not, it's still going to need a top eventually. But I've gotten the inside finished, and I would really love to be able to bring the camera closer, but that camera be janky sometimes. And then here's the star minifig these days. She's got her little dark blue space shirt on, her little space pants, and rollerblades. Loving her. And I don't know what's the best way to try to show you guys what is going on in here? I want to pick it up, but bear with me. Let's try moving the camera. It's the cord. Sometimes it doesn't like it. So down here on the main floor, I have a flower shop, basically, because I'm into plants. Oh, there it goes. Oop, see, I'm pushing it. And then the second floor is kitty daycare. All about the kitties in there. Yeah, scratching posts, and they can get their hair cut, their nails trimmed. The third floor is a little art studio. Fourth floor is just, I call it the yellow apartment. And it's the one with the pool. And then, of course, we have the gym. And then this is my apartment that is an ode to one of my favorite TV shows, which is Only Murders in the Building. You can see the little murder board back here and all their little clues they've found. And so, well, we can keep the camera from not glitching out on us. Also like to show you guys. What do you think? What do you think of that? I had so much fun building it. It's been a real challenge using the pieces that I have to try to get all these white bricks on the sides to all have that brick effect on 3 sides, on 3 corners. That side, this third side hasn't needed it so much because the floors are a little different. But the other great thing I've been working on and rebuilding is set, I think it's 4996. The original beach house, a Creator 3-in-1 set that came in yellow. And I've just built it in pink. And I added details to it as well. It needs some different colored windows, but like I said, I did my best with what I have here, you know. That's the name of the game. Oh my God, I spilled those again. A big cup of leaves. Okay, so the top does come off. And inside I have made, oops. We have a little fireplace. The ghost is climbing the stairs. He's an old original ghost. It's just a nice little living room set. And then it has a little kitchenette here in the corner. It was a nice little challenge to try to make something small, but to contain a sink, a faucet, what looks like drawers, and then a small counter over here in the corner. Boop. Even has a little spoon at the bottom hanging off of there. And he's reading a book to the baby. You know, one of my girlfriends, I showed her this, and she was in love with it. She doesn't really care. She enjoys the fact that I enjoy Lego. And she's given me her old Lego from when she was a kid because they didn't really mean that much to her then. And so she was okay with giving them to me and adding them to my collection. But she just really loved this because the Barbie pink and reminded her of Barbies. And, you know, so we got to talking about, you know, is Lego like Barbie? And in a way, I find for myself that it kind of is. Um, let me let go of this cord. Hopefully, the camera won't fall. But I think that for myself, it's kind of like Barbie. Um, and because, you can play dress up. You can change their pants, you can change their shirts, you can change their hair, you can change their faces, and all the things that they can do, and places they can live, and the things you can collect. They just don't have external clothing that you can collect and shoes. Um, but they're getting there with the mini dolls. And, you know, where is a mini doll? I just got one recently. Not by choice, but there's a mini doll. Of course, this is Everyone is Awesome, and she's missing a hand for those people that are missing hands. But so these are mini dolls, and and this is a Mayfig. Lego. Let's talk about that. Lego is really fantastic about always keeping to what they call in the system. Everything that they do is within the system. The dollies, yeah, they've put them in the system, but they're not fully integrated into the system because they can't. What is this? There's no studs on the butt. How are you supposed to attach them to anything? You don't. They give you these pretty fancy printed tiles that you have to try to balance your mini dolly on. What? What? It's terrible. If you have studs and Mayfig, he just sit right there. And he's not going anywhere. And so I find that very bothersome, and it because of it, it has decreased how often Lego uses the actual seats to go into the cars that they make these days. Even if it's a city set that is designed for a minifig and not a friend set, they still aren't putting seats in them very often. And so this is what, for those of you, in case you haven't seen one before, this is what a Lego chair, Lego seat looks like. And these days, see if I can grab one out of here. This is what is considered a mini doll chair because their feet slide into this tab, and then that's how they are affixed in a vehicle. Now, when my son was growing up, he crashed his Lego vehicles all the time. And yes, pieces would pop off, but they didn't, they're Lego. They didn't break all the way. And especially for younger kids, they build better, bigger chassis with less pieces, right? But these guys are going to fly out of that vehicle. James never lost a minifig. Those guys hardly ever flew out of there. And it always made him happy because he could do whatever and he knew that his minifigs weren't getting hurt. Even in your mind, you don't want your minifig hurt. And you don't want their faces rubbed off. But that's one of my issues with the dollies. That and, the great thing about minifigs is that their legs are articulate. They can run, they can jump, they can flip. This guy, what does this guy do? He sits and stands. Sit and stand, sit and stand. Oh, I'm sorry, Lego. The only great thing about dollies is the hair. But I did have a discussion about these things and, the useless dollies that they are. And I got to talking with my husband, and what do bricks and minifigs, do they allow you to take in a minifig and exchange it for a minifig since they sell them there? So I'm going to give it a shot because if I can trade two dollies for two minifigs out of the minifig bin, I think that'd be a good deal. I'd do that. Let's see. We have someone else here in the chat, and I need a drink. What is going on? Yeah. Well, I didn't know when I would be on. Belinda one is in the house. Good to see you. But yeah, I worked 11 hours today. But I'm not abandoning my channel. I just don't know when I want to go live, and just don't want to promise everyone that it will be every Tuesday because I can't promise that. But if we're here, we're here. And so yeah, I'm glad you guys found the stream. And if you don't find it, find it later as a video. Nothing wrong with that. I always appreciate the views. Speaking of, I was looking at the analytics of the channel, and a lot of people view, but they don't hit subscribe. Hit subscribe. Hit the little bell. The little bell will notify you when I decide to go randomly live. I'm a Sagittarius. I like spontaneity. And what funner is it than to just decide to go live on YouTube? Because then you get the fun me when I decide I want to do it, and not when it feels like, oh, I have to do it tonight. That's what I did for 1 year. I did that for 1 year. I promised myself that I would show up on Tuesdays. And now I just want to do it when it's fun. And then it's funner. Powering off. Oh, sorry, my we don't need the speaker, but it went off and told you guys about it. So the other thing that I've been working on is one of the very first buildings that I built, that I just created on my own using James's Lego bits and pieces when I was first creating the very first city, was this white building here. I've always called it my party house because it's always had balloons out front. They've always been having a barbecue. There's been a hot tub on the roof in the past, and but it was made with James's old white Lego, and frankly, you could tell they were old, and it was a modern looking building with some pretty shabby bricks. So I have been redoing it. I have put it on a Mills plate because instead of having a hot tub on the roof, we have a barbecue going on the roof. And I decided to give them a built-in pool. So I've been working on integrating that. What do you think? It looks like a little pool. And I made a little diving board. I had all the white tiles laid around it, but it was too white. So I got to figure out what I want the tiles to look like that are going to surround the pool. But it doesn't have a springy diving board, but I get on there. She has a little diving board. Isn't it cute? I think it'll work. What do you think? But so I redid it using white masonry bricks. So it has that bricky look. And I was able to put my stained glass window piece in it. Isn't that awesome? And my little driveway for my car, or it's a carport, I guess. And I still need to find a white brick of that. And this is my only house with an actual bathroom in it. And then I'll take the top layer off. And so it's just all very, very white. I have a sushi chef. He's in there chopping sushi. And it's all about yellow, right? I've got the yellow stripe around the perimeter, the yellow bowl, yellow pineapple. And then here is the door that leads into the bathroom. And I don't know what I was thinking, but the sink is the same height as the toilet. So I got to redo that. How you even see the toilet? Whatever. It's a bathroom. Here, you can look through the window. There you go. Art on the wall. But before it was just open, and I decided to go ahead and put windows in it. I was, saving on bricks by leaving portions of it open. But if you have an entire closed back, which looks cool from all angles, right? But then it's hard to play with. And we were talking about it being like Barbie, right? And that's where the playability comes from. I want to be able to put the minifigs in it. I want the minifigs to be able to fall over sometimes. And I'm like, oh, she fell off the toilet. I had to open it and play with it and put her back on the toilet. And that's why she's not on the toilet right now, is because I have to fix her sink. And then the bedroom. The bedroom has always been my favorite. I love that the house is white, and then the bedroom has this dark gray floor that matches and goes out onto the built-in patio, or the not built-in, but the patio off the bedroom. And I did not know when I first built this house, I did not know how to make sliding doors. And now I do know how to make sliding doors. So I made sliding doors for the bedroom. Isn't that cute? And then everything in there is still the same. Not that y'all saw it, but I have a bed that I did not attach with studs. I like how it's built like that. So it kind of jiggles around. And then this minifig, I don't know where her torso came from. Or not her torso, but her legs. But her legs are the best. They're little blue underpants with white, or her yellow legs, and then like white socks. And then the back of the legs is just completely white. But I love the printing on those. And then the blue around there. So her little blue panties. Isn't that fun? So she's up there getting dressed. And so I got to finish, like I said, go around here with some tiles, do some plants, whatever. But it's a little too white, so I don't know about this. Sometimes I get tile happy and I just start laying tile. And then before you know it, it's like there's no studs left. And it's stark white because that's the only tiles I have, is a shit ton of white tile. I've been lucky enough that over the years that the Lego store at the Chandler Mall has put 2x8s, 2x4s, 1x6s, 1x4s, 2x2s, 1x2s, and 1x2 jumpers at different times on the wall. And I bought a whole cup of each one. And they've come in so handy, but I really wish they'd put out some different colors. It'd be nice. I need some tan, some gray, and any color tile would be good. All right, well, I'm talked out. What have you guys been up to? We just rolled right in. Oh, I did have a Holy Grail Lego find this week. Pardon me, I'm parched. So, the Holy Grail element. So, okay. So, the other day somebody asked me, well, if you love minifigs so much and you have so many, which one's your favorite? I don't know. That's a mean question to ask. That's just mean. How much? I have well over 2,000 minifigs. Well over. I'm gonna say it's probably pushing 3,000 these days. I mean, I really need to give it a hard count, but it's really hard to because they're not just all in one place. But I built that board in the hallway and I filled it with minifigs, and there were, oh God, I'd have to go back and check the video, but did I get 450 on there? Or 350, 360, something like that. Call it 400, call it 350, just on that board that I built. And before I started collecting really hard, and we had James's minifigs, at that point there were like 700. There were already that many minifigs, and I just bought 12 more the other day, right? Here's one. He looks like a peacock. Isn't he fantastic? He's fantastical. He's so pretty. Minifigs dressed as things. Scoops in the house. But so my favorite minifig, I would have to say, would be my Medusa minifig. I would show her to you, but I didn't plan that far ahead, and she's with the Halloween stuff. But she is special because when I was out hunting for Lego and finding deals back in 2021, 2022, it was still the pandemic, but things were open a little bit more. And there was a used baby store. That sounds funny to say, a used baby store. Pick up your used babies. But it was like a thrift store, but everything in there was for kids and babies, and good quality, right? Consignment. It was for children, consignment stuff. So there were clothes, strollers, toys, what have you, and anything that's resellable, right? And so Lego, they had Lego from time to time, and they were just selling it by the gallon bags. And boy, I tell you what, I got some good deals back then. You're getting these bags for $10, $15 a bag. But anyway, that's where I found Medusa. Her lower portion, everything but her head. So her top and her little snake body. And so I had to acquire her head. And so that led me to Bricklink for my very first online purchase from Bricklink, purchasing a random Lego item, and then my horrific engagement with Bricklink. It was not, I did not care for that website. I did not care for the hoops that I had to jump through. I wanted to buy the hair for Medusa, and it was $6.50 something, which was fantastic price. I'm very willing to pay that. But the seller that had it, the hoops that you had to jump through led to me having to pick random things that I didn't go there to purchase. And I had to spend a minimum of $15 when the piece that I wanted was only $6.50. And so she has a great story behind her, and that's probably one of the things that makes her my favorite minifig, because there's so many memories wrapped in that one little minifig. And then an element. An element. What's a Lego element? A Lego element is anything but a minifig, but it's also pieces of a minifig. It's a anything isn't one item is an element. And so the one thing that I have been just dying to get is a Lego shopping cart for the minifig. And they've only made one, and it was in a set from, I think, 2 years ago. A grocery store, some little grocery store, and it came with an orange shopping cart. It was $100 Lego set. And I have, I haven't looked that hard, right? Because I have not gone online to any of the eBays or anything, or the Bricklinks, to get a shopping cart. I want to find it out in the wild, as I call it. And no one's had one. But the great thing about Lego is, as soon as something's too rare for too soon, they make another one in a different color. And they've made this set. That's where the little Friends dollies I had came into play. This is a little grocery set. I think it's called the Friends Convenience Store. Chuck the dolly, put a minifig in there. But look at the shopping cart. Look at the shopping cart. It's everything. And all the food items. We got Chinese noodles or Asian noodles. I don't know. What are they? Noodles, cup of noodles, Lipton cup of noodles. Now little takeout containers, Subway sandwiches, bubble gum, all kinds of stuff. Isn't that great? And so the Lego Friends Community Center has a separate building called the Community Kitchen, and it will snap against the bottom base plate and the bottom of this building and make this building larger. And I was thinking, well, how cute if I do that and put a convenience store down there. And then I can continue my tower and make the second tower out of primary colors. I think that'll be fun. I really like this idea. I'm not burnt out on it yet, but I'm running out of my own windows and things like that to be able to carry on the color schemes. All right, you guys, I am pooped. I can't hold my eyes open any longer. Thank you for showing up with me tonight. And also, I was looking at the analytics, like I was telling you, and I really thought it was interesting that 60-something% of my viewers are women. They're Legoing. I love it. I absolutely love it. Some AFOLs. But women out there, I'm interested. I want to know what you guys are Legoing. Please, if you've watched this, if you're not in the live right now and you don't want to pipe in, please leave a comment. Let me know, what do you do with your Lego? What do you collect? Do you build your own creations? Do you build sets? Do you turn them into bricks and minifigs and buy another one? I really like recycling the Lego. I've done it twice now, and it's become quite a little fun thing to do. Things you don't want anymore, things you're tired of. You get your money back in the form of some other new Lego to play with. But you guys, please let me know. I want to hear from you guys. Thanks again for joining me tonight. And like and subscribe. Come back next Tuesday. Maybe we'll do it again. If not, it'll be on Thursday. All right. Or maybe it won't be. Who knows? That's the fun. All right, you guys. Thank you so much. Bye bye.